Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fantasy Football, and welcome to my video. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at some of the best transfer options, differentials, and gut feelings for Game Week 21. Now, before that, let's just go back to my team, because I want to give you guys a little bit of an update. I already created a team selection video for this, so I went in more in detail, but Harry Kane right now is injured, and that was one of the transfers that I was thinking to make for Adams. And I changed my transfer option, and I wanted to quickly talk to you guys about that. So Harry Kane is injured. He's out for a number of weeks. He's going to be missing a lot of games. And for me, I do have a replacement, and that is going to be removing Adams for Calvert-Lewin. Now, Calvert-Lewin is back. He's back from injury, and most importantly, the important players at Everton is back as well. So that is definitely going to help Calvert-Lewin to bring in the returns. As you can see, Everton's fixtures is actually pretty decent as well. You've got Newcastle at home, Leeds United away, Manchester United away is a little bit tricky, but Man United is not really keeping a lot of clean sheets. And you've got Fulham at home, and I think that is pretty decent. And even though it's 31%, I think this still is a massive differential. We all know what he did, in the beginning of the season. As you can see, the numbers is crazy, 11 goals and 4 assists. And getting on Everton players now could be the way to go, because there are talks about a double game week in Game Week 26 for Everton. There could be one before that. There could be one after that, all sorts of stuff. So I think investing in an Everton player is the way to go. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. And I might just do this. I'm going to hold out. I'm going to wait until the deadline, and I'll make my move. Now, the other question is, should I take a -4 point hit? There is actually a lot of players that I actually want in my team, like Song. So I can remove Basuma and bring in Song. I do have a lot of money in the bank because I've removed Kevin De Bruyne, and I haven't really invested that money into my team yet. So this is another option there, -4. And you know what? It's more stronger. This team looks more stronger. Is this going to affect Song because Harry Kane's out? It could be, because they work really well together, and yeah, it probably will affect him. I don't know what's going to happen. But in the other thing, if you think about it, he could be taking the penalties, and that might help Song to bring in more points. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. If not, I can bring in Jack Grealish, a player that I always want in my team, but never have the chance to bring him in. And, there's double game week talks as well for Aston Villa, because, they got a lot of games kind of banked there. And maybe investing into another Aston Villa player could be the way to go. And Grealish is the one. And as you can see, they've got back-to-back home games. They've got decent, actually, looking at those fixtures, I really need another Aston Villa player. So that's what I'm thinking, taking a -4 point hit. I could do maybe James for Luca Dean, he's back as well. So there's all sorts of stuff, and that means that I'll just bench Dallas. But then when I look at my defense, I have Mitchell, I have Dallas, I got James, I got Cancelo. I got an okay defense that could get me something. So am I desperately in need for another defender? That's the questions that I'm going to be asking myself. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think, and that's pretty much where I am at with that. I'm 300k. Slowly, I'm grinding through, trying to get to that 250, 200k, and then we'll see what happens. If I get a really good game week, then I could touch top 100k and then move from there. And that I hit the goal, and I'm happy, and everyone's happy, and we're all happy. But yeah, anyways, let's move on to the transfers, differentials, and some of my gut feelings for Game Week 21. Now, here's a bunch of players that I think that could do really well for Game Week 21. There's a couple of differentials in here, and a couple of gut feelings for Game Week 21. I did this video before for Game Week 20, and it has actually panned out really well. I mentioned a lot of the Manchester City players like Sterling and Gundogan, Cancelo and Diaz. Yes, they were main picks, but they were main picks for a reason, right? So I thought I'll do this kind of a series again, you know, continue it. I think it's quite good to have different and a lot of options instead of a few options. That's the way that I like to kind of like watch my videos. When I don't really watch videos, to be honest. I watch like podcasts because I just get more out of it, and it just helps me to kind of make my own decision at the end. Yeah, I hopefully like you guys will like this. Please do like in the video because it does help me out a lot. So let's just go for the goalkeepers. You know, look at that. We've got some Fulham goalkeeper, 4.5. Not many clean sheets, but if you really in need of a cheap goalkeeper, he is the one to kind of go for. If you look at the fixtures, it's actually not too bad. You got West Brom away, Leicester City at home is going to be a little bit difficult there. West Ham as well, Everton, Sheffield United, and Crystal Palace. I can see maybe 1 or 2 clean sheets there, and it's one of those things where a lot of people are planning for the double game weeks, and he could be one to kind of like get into your bench if you have some extra funds. Next up is Nick Pope, a premium goalkeeper, 5.4. I think he is the #1 goalkeeper, I think. Let's just have a look. Yeah. And yeah, if you don't have Martinez, Pope is a massive differential of 10.9. He is a player that is going to save a lot of shots, and the way Burnley plays, that's what's going to happen. However, if you look at the fixtures, it's not too good there. Chelsea and Manchester City there, but then after that you're looking at Brighton, Crystal Palace, West Brom, and you know what, at these games, you know, he could save a lot of shots and he could rack up those save points. So if you don't want to go for Martinez, you can go for Nick Pope. That is a really good option there. We've got Rudiger, who's 4.5, a massive differential. He's been playing a couple of games as well, and as you can see, he's been returning. And for 4.5, a Chelsea defender that he's got decent fixtures as well, I think this is a bargain. And if he continues to play like this, he's going to be the one to kind of get instead of Chilwell. So yeah, really good option there. A massive differential if you want to try something a little bit different. Now I'm going to add Mitchell here. I'm actually thinking to play him instead of bringing a defender like Luka Dean, because you know he's back. He's playing a lot of games again, and the fixtures for Crystal Palace is actually really good. Wolves don't seem to score a lot of goals. Newcastle as well. Okay, Leeds United is a little bit different there. Burnley, Brighton, Fulham. I think that there is a potential for Crystal Palace to do well in this run. Luka Dean, massive differential, 5.5, 6 million defender there, has come back, has got the potential to get a really high score and really low scores as well. He is one of those players, and he's such an exciting player to watch, and very good fixtures. I already spoke to you guys about the Everton fixtures there, but a very good option there if you want another like a premium defender there. Got Diaz and Cancelo. To be honest with you guys, I'm not going to talk to you guys too much about these players. We know what they can do. People said that, is it too late to get Manchester City asset? No, get them. Look, it's still 15.9% owned. That is good. Every time they're in my team, like I bought them last week, and yeah, I got a green arrow. And the way they're playing right now, they're playing so well. They're keeping clean sheets. They're just how Manchester City was before, when they were scoring a lot of goals and keeping a lot of clean sheets. The problem with Manchester City right now is they need a striker. They need a striker to kind of like help them score a lot more goals. There are talks about, rotation at the back, but we'll see what happens there. Saka is another player that I mentioned before, 5.4, 11.6% owned. He is a massive differential still. He's just continuing to score, being this cheap. There is a lot of cheap midfielders out there that is going to give us a lot of funds to kind of like upgrade other players. The problem is, who do we need to bring in now? Because Kevin De Bruyne is out, Harry Kane is out, so that's a lot of money there. So I don't know what we're going to do with the funds, but a very good player there. Jack Grealish is a player to have in your team in the next few game weeks or even now. 37.6% owned. He is a premium option. You know, he's the main guy. He's highly owned. He's one of those players that you've got to have so you don't drop in the ranks. So definitely investing in an Aston Villa player is going to be the way to go, and Jack Grealish is the one. Gundogan, 5.7. I bought him in last week. 2 goals there. Amazing returns. I wish he played a little bit more. Pep said that he's definitely going to play, so I'm going to captain him. I'm going to see what happens with that. Great player there. Next up, we've got Madison. Now, it could be Barnes here, but I'm picking Madison for now. As you can see, the returns are very good in the last few game weeks. 6 goals, and as you can see, 4 assists and 7 clean sheet points there. Now, we don't know who's taking penalties for Leicester City. So we'll see how that kind of turns out. The fixtures for the next 3 is actually decent. Actually, you know what? For the long run, it's actually not too bad. So if you're looking to kind of like getting the player that is a little bit of a differential, then Madison is the way to go. Next up is Zaha, 7.2, 14.8% owned. Still a massive differential there. He has the ability to score a decent amount of goals throughout the season and get a lot of returns. 9 goals and 3 assists there. The fixtures for Crystal Palace is good, although the first game here against Wolves might be a little bit tough, so maybe going for their defense might be better, but you just never know. And I think this is like a player to kind of hold out for the long term. Watkins, as you can see, 14.2%. Now, if you are looking for a striker, if you're looking for like a Harry Kane replacement, I think Watkins could be the way to go. With the amount of like fixtures that they have that has been postponed, they might have like a lot of double game weeks soon. As you can see, back-to-back goals. Yeah, he's a little bit on form right now. 8 goals and 4 assists is actually a decent amount of returns. And the fixtures are looking good as well for Aston Villa. So definitely investing in a player like this that is still 6.2 is a good option. Got Calvert-Lewin. I already spoke to you guys about Calvert-Lewin there. And a massive differential and a little bit of a gut feeling is going to be Richarlison. 7.8. Not many managers are looking at this player. It's something a little bit different. 4.3% owned. I like to talk to you guys about some differentials as well, because we are looking for the next big thing, right? We are looking for the player that could get us to those ranks that we want to get to. And these are the players, you know, if they do well, let's just say you put this player in for free, right? This player scores and gets like 10 points. Your rank is going to jump dramatically. That's how good it is. Right, and of course they're differentials for a reason. You know, they're not always going to get the points, but if you want to have a go, if you want to try something a little bit different, you know, if we're thinking that Calvert-Lewin is going to do well under Dean, why not Richarlison? Why not the other players around Everton? So that's the kind of the idea. Anyways, guys, that was a bunch of players there, a little bit of difference, you know, trying something a little bit different there, adding a few different players and talk, you know, not many managers are talking about like a Fulham player, a Fulham goalkeeper or Pope that much. You know, I don't see many people looking at Richarlison or Mitchell, look at Dean or Zaha. So I'm trying to like add more like transfers in, more options for people, because these players can get the points. And I want to give you guys my thoughts on what I think. Okay, I hope that this video will help you. I hope that you will have a fantastic game week, guys. You guys let me know what you think. Let me know if I should take a minus 4.8. I know I said that I was not going to do that, but if I'm going to bring in the player that is going to help my team, I think that is the best way to do it. Like, I took a minus 4.8 last game week and it turned out amazingly well. You know, removing Robertson, who didn't get returns, and bringing Cancelo, that's paid off. You're moving, you know, Kevin De Bruyne is not going to play, bringing Gundogan. It was just a really good transfer. Is it going to happen every week? I don't think so, but you just never know, right? So you guys let me know what you think, and yeah, comment down below. I'm going to try my best to help a lot of people out. I'm going to be going back onto the comments and trying to like reply to everyone and to be on the scene a little bit more. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'll see you guys next time. Good luck, and yeah, see ya.